Hi, I'm James Nave,
I'm allegrahuston.
and welcome to the Imaginative Storm Writing Prompt of the Week session. Thank you ever so much for tuning in.
We meet every Saturday morning, our time, on Zoom with whoever wants to come and explore their imaginations with us to a writing prompt. It's either an image or a sound file, and we get inspired by the prompt. We make lists of words, we write for 10 minutes, we read our work aloud to one another. So we are here to enable you to do that a little bit after the fact.
And so today we have an image for you, and what we would like for you to do when the image appears on your screen, we would like for you to take 2 minutes. We'll time it so you don't have to worry about it. Take 2 minutes to jot down any words or phrases that pop out of your imagination as you look at the image.
Any words. They don't have to have anything to do with the image. They don't have to have anything to do with one another. And keep them as a list. This isn't sort of joined up writing yet.
So your list will begin now. So this morning on our Imaginative Storm call, we ask everybody to give us one word or phrase from the list they generated, and we put all of those words and those phrases in a community list, which we would like to share with you now.
The nice thing about a community list, of course, is that you can borrow from other people's imagination and you don't just have to rely on your own. And I find that I often end up using more words in the piece that I write from other people's that other people have given us for the community list than the words that have come from my own mind. But it doesn't matter. It's extra gifts, extra prompts for your imagination to play with.
And what you can do is just let yourself relax into your imaginative thinking and see what kind of combinations pop off the both lists that you have, or you can let the list that you have allow other things to pop out of your imagination, and you just put them all in one little batch and see what happens. So Allegra is now going to read that list for you.
Cutting corners. Keep a knife at the ready. The last century is mine. Gentle division. Rejecting traditions. Rule of the universe. Oxblood red. Do not disturb. Arf, arf. Love blanket. Written on the wall. Kimono quadrangles. My mother is such a bitch. Kanji kitty Siamese siesta. Find the helpers. Geisha, porcupine. The soft sizzle of silk sliced. Waterfall hair, unbound. Isolated apprentice. Sending a secret letter. Transience. Presence mustn't disturb. Cutting the silk umbilical cord. A tale of Genji. This floating dream. Springtime. A piece of me. To shelter the other. Cutting a piece of the past. Sweet surprise of serenity.
So if you are wondering where ARF ARF came from on the list, during the call, somebody's dog barked.
We just
ARF
decided
ARF,
to
and
add
so
it to
we
the
just
list.
added it to the list. We let the dog come in and be part of the community, and so
Right.
we have a lot of fun on those calls on Saturday morning.
My
So
cat didn't come in and meow, I suppose. Otherwise, we would have had
we
meow.
don't have a meow on there
the
yet, but
list.
somebody might end up with, if you come on the call and you happen to have a parrot or a parakeet, then
Yes.
we'll include, I don't know what
Lions.
you could bring your lion and bring yourself as
Yes.
well to those calls on Saturday
Okay.
morning. Meanwhile, you now have our community list and the list that you generated for yourself. So what we would like for you to do is to relax, think about your list, the list that we offered you, and spend 10 minutes. We'll time it. Again, don't worry about that. And just generate something. Something. It doesn't really matter. It can be as fanciful, as many imaginative leaps as you'd like to put in, or you can be linear and just tell a story, or you can write a haiku, or you can write as fast as you like, or as slow as you like. And we do have a little tip for you about the imaginative mind, I think.
Our tip is, you will hear people say, get out of your rational mind, put your pen down, write as fast as you can, turn off your rational mind. We think that's not actually genuinely possible, since we are rational beings. But what we will encourage you to do is to let your rational mind and your imaginative mind dance together as partners, and let your imaginative mind be the one that leads the dance. So in other words, if your imagination suddenly puts a couple of words together that don't make rational sense, fine, just go with it. Put them down. Go from there. Follow from that. Let your imaginative mind take the lead, and see where it takes you. Surprise yourself. The joy of this is, not to try and write some finished piece in 10 minutes. That's ridiculous. You only wrote this in 10 minutes. It's not supposed to be a finished piece. But when you surprise yourself, when you let your imagination make those leaps and put things together that you wouldn't rationally put together, it's like doors open up, different possibilities come to you. You'll find, something that intrigues you, maybe something that will become the basis of a poem or a song or a line of dialogue in a story that you're writing, or simply a perception that maybe you want to put in a piece of memoir. Or maybe you will never use these pieces again. That doesn't matter either, because it's practice. It's the practice. It's the training. Just because you lift weights doesn't mean that, when you go out to do gymnastics or whatever, you're going to lift weights. But doing that training is what enables you to do the, double backflip or whatever it is you can do in gymnastics, which is certainly not what I can do.
And you never know what will happen in the 10-minute period when you're writing. What you do know
That's the fun of it.
What you do know is something will happen. Something is going to happen.
Something will always come out that surprises you or moves you, or that you just go, I like that. So your 10 minutes starts now.
If you are pleased with what you wrote, we would enjoy it. We would love it. We would be very happy if you posted it on our Imaginative Storm Writing Circle community.
That way we can read it.
Yeah, we get to read it, and other people get to read it.
And you can read what other people wrote to the same prompt.
And we can engage with you and get to know you better, and you get to know us better as well.
And maybe you'll be inspired to join us on a Saturday too, on Zoom.
And so now we're going to tell you how to get on the circle and what to do after you get there.
So when you get to imaginativestorm.com, you'll see the Zoom link for the writing prompt of the week here right up at the top. And if you scroll down, you'll see Join Us on Circle. Click that and it will take you to the circle. If it's your first visit, it will ask you to sign up. That's free. You can use your Google or Facebook ID or create a new ID. And then you will end up on a page that looks like this. Over here on the left, you'll see the prompt of the week. And when you get there, the most recent prompt will be up at the top. And you can see this growing archive of other writing prompts that you might want to investigate. Click on the prompt, and there you will see it, along with the image, if it was an image, and the community list of words, and what other people have written in response to that prompt. And Elaine did this lovely thing of posting it in writing and then also posting her video of herself reading it. So you might want to do that too. And then if we want to comment on what other people have written, we can just hit reply. But if you scroll down to the bottom of that prompt, you'll see a place where it says, what are your thoughts? And you can insert here what you wrote to the prompt. And then when we read it, we can hit reply and tell you what we loved about it. So there you go. So I don't know who painted that picture. I've been online looking for the name of the artist, but I can't find it. It seems to be a contemporary picture based on the old traditional Japanese style. If you know more about it than I do, please send us a message via imaginativestorm.com because we would love to know more.
And the picture that we offered you today is one of many that we offer on the Imaginative Storm gathering every Saturday morning. We have photographs, pictures, also sound files. So if you would like to join us on Saturday morning, go to imaginativestorm.com and you'll find the Zoom link just below the bottom of the fold. And also, when you go to imaginativestorm.com, you'll find some other things we offer, like our Imaginative Storm Writer Training, which begins on March the 14th. So if you're watching this before March the 14th, 2022, then you can join us for our Imaginative Storm training. We also offer it at other times in the year too. So we would love to have you on there. What's it about?
It's a 10 module plus a finale, so 11 module course, which we run on Zoom twice a week, and it covers all aspects that we could think of writing a full-length piece, whether it's prose or poetry, fiction or nonfiction, maybe it's a screenplay, maybe it's a cookbook, which you want to put pieces of memoir in. So it's relevant to writers in all disciplines because it's the training. This is why we call it the training, right? Yeah. Because you don't just get up off the couch and run a race, you train. And this is a way of expanding the reach of your imagination into writing what you don't know, because what you know is stiff and self-conscious maybe, and it kind of bores you, so it bores everybody else. But if you write what you don't know, it's a lot more interesting, right?
And you've had some experience writing what you don't know, because when you just did this prompt, you are pulling from the information you have, but it comes out in new imaginative ways. And so the don't know part is a blend of your experiences, trusting that you do know something, but you don't quite realize exactly what it is until it comes out on the page. So that's what we mean by don't know. And go ahead.
Well, that you find yourself writing, and we hope you've experienced this actually already today, that your voice, that's a whole other topic, becomes more original to you, because often when you're trying to write well, you're trying to write like what you think is good writing, which is somebody else's writing, so you aren't sounding kind of like yourself. But the more you do these kind of prompts on Saturday morning, and then the much deeper layers of exploration that we do in the writer training, the more you find your own individual, unique way of expressing things, and your your perceptions of the world, really what it's like to be you, which is, of course, that's why we all read, right? Is for that connection to see somebody else's perceptions of the world.
And on our Imaginative Storm Circle gathering every Saturday morning, you generate pieces that aren't finished. And in the Imaginative Storm Writer Training, you also generate pieces that aren't finished, rough drafts or pre-rough drafts. You can carry those pieces further than just pre-rough drafts or rough drafts. And one of the things that we also offer when you go to imaginativestorm.com, we have some books available that will help you get that work further down the line. So one book we have is How to Edit and Be Edited by Allegra, and it talks all about how to engage the editing process. We also have another book that Allegra and I both wrote called How to Read for an Audience. And on Saturday morning, you get to read. And it's amazing, the people who read on Saturday morning, they connect emotionally, and it sounds so conversational, so wonderful.
Authentic.
And it's authentic.
Warm.
And so How to Read for an Audience will help you take that work that you've written today, and maybe if you have a chance to go to an open mic, you'll know how to do it better. And then we also have a third book that just came out. Ta-da!
Literally yesterday, this book arrived from the printers.
Very cool
a box
book.
of books arrived from the printers. How to Make a Speech, not by us, by Barry Barton.
The famous, magnificent Barry Barton.
Yes, who is a fantastically good speech-making coach based in Asheville, North Carolina, and indeed the director of TEDx Asheville.
Yes.
And Barry, with her decades of expertise in helping people compose their speeches, find their message, and then, of course, how to deliver it in a way that inspires your audience, because, of course, that's the whole point of making the speech, she's written this book. We've been working together literally for a couple of years on it.
And one thing I want to show you, it's a subtle cover, but I'm going to move it close. But if you get really close, you maybe see the little dragonfly there right under speech, and the little dragonfly is giving speeches. It's speech to other little dragonflies. You can hardly see it, but it's
each
something
of our
that
books
we're
have
very
dragonflies
proud of.
doing
We like
things.
the
So
idea.
there's like a dragonfly that's got the unedited work edited on the cover of that book, and a dragonfly reading for an audience. Anyway,
So those dragonflies do a whole lot of things. So,
but I want to
go ahead.
say that Barry is the director of TEDx Asheville, and obviously, if you want to make that kind of very formal speech, this is clearly relevant. But we've expanded the definition of speech as you might think of it. So maybe you are making a business presentation or a sales presentation.
maybe you're going to school, maybe you're in graduate school, or maybe you're working in an advertising agency and you need to give a pitch, and you have a small audience or a large audience, and you're feeling like, well, how do I do this?
Yeah,
well,
maybe
this book will help you do that.
Maybe you're a scientist or some sort of researcher presenting your work at a conference. Maybe you're an artist or a writer at a book reading, or an artist at a gallery opening. Maybe you're the parent of the bride or groom at a wedding.
And somebody cleans the wine glass and they say, "Who would like to speak now?"
And
that's you.
Are prepared.
Yep.
In fact, you're going to be cleaning your own wine glass. Anyway,
we're really excited about this
it's
book
a
that Barry wrote.
Very good book. And it also covers what to wear and the difference between doing it live and online. It is just full of really well-organized, precise, clean, clear, inspirational information and guidance.
So there you go. Some of the things that we offer, but what we offer every Saturday, of course, we offer our Saturday morning gathering, the Imaginative Storm Writing Prompt of the Week session. And we would really love it if you would come. You're invited. Join us. So thanks ever so much for listening to what we had to offer today and doing the work today. And we hope you come back soon.
And please post what you wrote on the circle. We want to read it.
Yeah. Okay. See you later.
Thank you. Goodbye.